Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Ryan. It has been a while, has it not? It has been a few weeks since my last upload. Apologies for that. I have been dealing with some real-life events. Nothing terrible. Nothing terrible at all, actually. But just some things that have occupied my time as of late. And that's why there have been no new uploads in the last couple of weeks, no new episodes of Screenshot Saturday. But I am looking to get back into the swing of things, get back into the normal routine of things. And we are going to start that off today with Faeria. Now, this is a free-to-play online card game, courtesy of the developers over at Abracom Studios, if I'm saying that correctly. What makes this game different from the likes of maybe Hearthstone or, I suppose, Shadowverse, which is another one that just came out, sort of a Hearthstone clone, I guess, but with anime. I don't know if that's your thing. But what makes this game different from other online card games is the fact that you are building the board as you play. And so it combines this element of CCG and tactical gameplay that I've really grown to quite enjoy, and it's sort of, at the moment, become my comfort game. And you may or may not see more of this on the channel going forward. I don't know how long I'll stick with it, so no promises there, but we'll see what's gonna happen. I also want to preface everything by saying that I am not a professional player at this game whatsoever. If you are here for any kind of knowledgeable insight into the deeper meta behind Faeria, well, you're not going to find that here. At least not right away. If it's something I stick with, maybe we'll grow and we'll learn together. That could be kind of fun. So we've gone to the play mode here. As you can see, there's solo, battle, and Pandora. Solo mode is this game's single-player mode, it has a really well fleshed out single-player mode. It eases you in nicely into the base mechanics of the game, and then it really ramps up the difficulty against AI opponents that are not only smart, but have very specific gimmicks attached to them that, through repeated attempts, in the event that you lose, you'll begin to pick up and learn, and you'll learn what counters them. And then you can unlock more lanes here. These cost gold or gems to unlock. Gems being the currency you buy with real money to get the different cosmetic items and things like that in this game. And then as you go through, and you can earn different rewards, and these change all the time as you complete them. So it's a really well fleshed out single-player mode, and the single-player mode alone is the reason for my level here, level 21. And so I really recommend going through the single-player mode. Pandora mode is effectively this game's version of Arena mode, where there is a draft at the beginning of the mode where you draft your deck, and then you go into battle with it, and you see how many wins you can get. Now, Pandora mode is different than something like Hearthstone's Arena mode because of a very special mechanic that only appears in Pandora mode, and we will explore that in a future video. But today, we're just going to do battle mode. I have not ranked in Faeria at all. As you can see, I'm still a casual. The adorable yak is this game's mascot, basically. There's a bunch of cards here that feature yaks, and they're so sweet. I love them. But same as Hearthstone, you begin from rank 25 and you work your way down. Now I have a few decks that I have created. One here, Day of Ruin, Death to Rapala. Now Rapala was a AI opponent in the single player mode that everybody, I think, collectively hates on some level. I think for the most part, though, everyone rises to the challenge, while there's a few outsiders who just choose to whine. But whatever. And then we have Midrange Green. Now, I'm going to go into the rank mode here with my Midrange Green deck. This is a deck that I got off from the Faeria Hub website, courtesy of user Aquablad, I believe his name is. And I found it in his YouTube series, The Deck Doctor, which you can find on the Faeria YouTube channel. So we're going to go into Midrange Green here. And I'll explain more of the game as we get into a fight here. So let's click play, and we will find our very first ranked match in Faeria ever. After about 20 hours in this game. That was all single-player mode, guys. And a few Pandora runs. Really well fleshed out. So while we wait here, I'll just briefly explain that there are 5, I think if I have that number right off the top of my head, 5 different types of colors in Faeria. You have neutral, you have green, red, yellow, and blue. Now, the neutral cards can all be played anywhere on the board, but cards of a particular color, that is to say a particular land, have to be played on their corresponding land, and then from there they can move anywhere on the board. So green represents forests, yellow represents desert, red represents mountains, and blue represents lakes. And you can build those lands every turn, thus creating the board. And you'll see that now. We're going to go up against Thorax. There's a very large... There we go. There's a few little UI glitches in this game that I've seen. Nothing to be worried about, though. So I want to play second. What do we got here? We got Feed the Forest. We got their Grove Caller. I don't like any of these, to be honest. I'll keep the Oakling, though. We'll mulligan those two. Wood Elemental's not bad. It's a good turn 1 card, actually, especially with Explore. Explore, if you're familiar with Hearthstone, is this game's version of the coin, where we gain a prairie, which is neutral land, and we gain 2 mana. So we're going to start by building a forest here so we can play our Wood Elemental. And as you can see, 4 mana cost, and you need at least 1 forest land on the board. That's what that little green number 1 means. So we're going to place that here. And we want to work our way towards these 2 Faeria wells right here. Now, at the beginning of your turn, or during your turn, if you move a creature within range, you will harvest Faeria from these wells, at least 1 Faeria. And Faeria is this game's mana. So what we want to do is we will throw down Explore right here, gain the extra mana, and we're going to play our Wood Elemental. Now, our Wood Elemental also has the added benefit of a gift. Now, a gift means that is an ability that is triggered upon playing the card, and in his case, we play the Forest, and we will end our turn because that's the last thing that we can do. Now, the Wood Elemental here in the early game not only acts effectively as a taunt creature, which basically functions the same way as taunt creatures in any other card game do, but he is going to be our Harvester at this moment. Now, this guy is playing a rush deck. This is one of the little glitches there when the card appears behind there. A random creature you control gains +3. A random creature you control... Oh, that's at combat. Combat means when he fights, that effect happens. Okay, Elderwood Embrace. Give a creature +2/+4. This is actually great. We can make our Wood Elemental into a really heavy hitter here. We're going to move him in range of the Faeria. We're going to harvest that Faeria. Now we have 5. We can play the Oakling now. Which I think might not be a bad idea, but we're going to continue working our way up. We're going to build another forest here, and I think what we will do is... I honestly can't decide between the Oakling or the Elderwood Embrace to buff up our Wood Elemental. That would take him up to 5/8. That would make him a 5/8. Not quite enough to defeat the Kobold Warlord just yet. I don't want to play the Oakling because I don't have that many creatures in my hand at the moment. So I think what we will do is we will just sit tight for now. He's not close enough. He's not in attack range. Just see what he does, and we'll react to it. Now, a forest deck generally, from what I understand, is fairly good against a rush deck. And it seems like he's abandoning his rush at this point. Red decks focus a lot on just heavy-hitting creatures, doing damage, just face, all the time, face, overwhelm your opponent. Now, Green Forest, on the other hand, has a lot of cards that deal in buffing up your creatures. There's a lot of sustain in a Forest deck, which makes it a pretty good counter to the standard red rush deck. Now, if he were to have continued going right down the middle of the board, that would have indicated to me that he was going for a rush. But he also seems to have sniffed out what I was trying to do here and has tried to cut me off by building land here. And this is where the tactical elements of the game come into play. I will continue, however, by building a forest here. And we are going to play another Wood Elemental. And we will play a forest... I'd say here. We'll put one there. We are going to play Elderwood Embrace now to this Wood Elemental. Otherwise, he's going to come in and knock it out. We don't want that to happen just yet. We're going to do that. We'll keep him situated here, I think. We'll just end the turn there. See what happens. I should mention, by the way, at the beginning of every player's turn, each player, there's only 2 of us, you do get another 3 mana, or 3 Faeria, and Faeria rolls over. So whatever Faeria you don't spend, you may have noticed already, will be available on your following turn. So those big creatures that look like they may be hard to play may not actually be difficult to play at all. Hellfire, that's going to be 3... not 3 damage. Did I misremember what Hellfire did? 9 damage randomly split amongst enemies. That is an insane card. Okay. So not bad. Tiki Caretaker, +2/+2. Okay, he's going to be our new Gatherer at this point, our Faeria Gatherer. An ideal scenario here, or a nice tip, is that you want to get a creature here between these 2 wells, and you can just move back and forth, turn to turn, and harvest 2 Faeria that way. So we are going to play our Tiki Caretaker. Actually, well, you know, we're going to bump this guy off right now. Get rid of him. I would like to benefit from the Tiki Caretaker's buff, but I don't quite have the Faeria to do that, unfortunately. I don't want to play him without the buff, so let's just draw another card. Ah, the Therium Golem. Very nice. Very good, strong, 5/10. Solid creature. We're going to place him right here. And we will end our turn with that. Perfect. So that turned out to be a pretty good decision, because on my follow-up turn, I can play the Tiki Caretaker, who will become our new Gatherer. I'll place him right here. We'll start moving our Golem in. Give the Golem +2/+2, making him a 7/12, which is a pretty heavy hitting creature. Red doesn't have a lot of direct removal. They're going to have trouble with a creature that powerful. We also have our Tiki Piper now, which I can also make this into a 7/16 by the end of the day, which would be pretty gnarly. But we will play the Tiki Caretaker just now. Throw down the Therium Golem. And we will start moving him in. Now, because we placed him right here on an enemy's land, if we have a creature there and there's a space here, we can play a forest to one of these 3 and start really putting the pressure on him. And I think we're going to do that now. We're going to put a forest right there. And we won't do Feed the Forest just yet, because we'd only gain 1 Faeria from that. Don't really want to do that. So we will end our turn now. So things are looking pretty good. Cards with direct, or decks with direct removal are typically blue decks. Blue decks deal with just magic and just messing with your opponent. They are the mage deck, effectively, of Faeria. They have a card called Frogify, which is this game's version of Polymorph, and it turns a creature into a 2/2 frog with jump. And jump means you can jump over creatures or obstacles and basically move 2 spaces on the board. And you'll see that the more that we play. Now, I think I am going to play the Oakling here. Well, you know what? Maybe not yet. I got no real reason to play the Oakling. Let's play the Tiki Piper. We'll put him here. Or rather, no, let's build our forest. Let's build a forest. We're going to build another forest right here. So I can play a creature right there. And, well, actually, we actually will play the Oakling right there. And we will move in and kill this guy. So he's in a little bit of a jam now. Granted, a 7/6 is a lot easier to deal with than a 7/12, but we do have Tiki Piper next turn to make him to turn him back into a 7/10. Red Devil again. Red Devil's pretty good for Faeria. Gift, gain 5, so that's not bad. He's got options. Shed and Brute, deal 2 damage to your opponent. Okay, so he's really trying to stall me out here. Our third Oakling. My gosh. All right, let's go up here. We'll harvest this Faeria here. Tiki Caretaker doing its job. Now, let's see. Random creature in your hand gains 5/5. So it's going to be either one of the 2 Oaklings or the Tiki Piper. Is that worth? I'd say so, especially if we're going to play the Tiki Piper first and buff up our Golem once again, making him a 7/10. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to take out this Brute. That's fine. I'll take the 2 damage. And we will purposely kill our Oakling. Gives our next Oakling, makes it a 6/10, which is utterly fantastic. And we will put another forest here, I think. Yeah, no reason not to. Now, we could play Feed the Forest to get 7 more Faeria, but there's no reason to do that. Now, the reason I killed the Brute first is because if I would have killed the Red Devil first, the Brute would have been able to finish off my Golem. But the Devil does not have the attack strength currently to kill the Golem. So there was a specific order I wanted to do that in right now. But he is going to kill the Golem. He has to use Gift of Steel there to get +3, kill the Golem. That's fine. Forced him into doing that. And if we're doing Force, another heavy hitter. So that is going to put us 9 Faeria. So once again, Tiki Caretaker doing its job, harvesting that Faeria. And I'll tell you what, we're just going to build 2 lands right here, just so he doesn't, you know, decide to go right down the middle, just so he doesn't continue to do that. We will build our Oakling here, place him there, and we will end our turn. There's no reason not to. Mid-range green really shining right now. This is exactly what you want to have happen. Ogre Dance. Ogre Dance means a random card in his hand costs 7 less Faeria. And that's it. GG. All right. Well played. Well played. First win of the day. Very much. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's go again. Now, granted, we are at rank 25 versus other rank 25 players, and my experience in the single-player mode has contributed to my current knowledge of the game. So, but no, that was a really good game. That was a perfect example of what you want mid-range green to do. You want to summon out the smaller creatures at first, get a presence on the board, get your taunt creatures out there. You want to get a Faeria Collector, which was the job that the Tiki Caretaker fell into. And then by mid to late game, you want to have the heavy hitters out there that are just too powerful to deal with and overwhelm your opponent. So that worked out really, really well. Very pleased with that. Made me look like a pro player, didn't it? Okay, we are playing against Diddler. I am once again playing second. Oakfather is actually a very good card. You gain +1 health for each forest you control. I don't quite want him yet. We will keep the Wood Elemental and the Elderwood Embrace, and we will get another Elderwood Embrace. All right. So we're going to open up our turn the same way we opened up before. He's moving directly to his Faeria Well. Playing the Prairie Yak. One of my favorite cards in the game. See what I mean? Look at that yak. He's so adorable. I echo the opinions of many when I say that Abercom really needs to come out with plushies of their yaks. They really, really do. Okay, so we are going to play... not that. We're going to do Explore. Build that prairie, and then we're going to put a forest here. And we will play our Wood Elemental right there. We'll build another forest right here. Same strategy as before. And we'll see if we can have better luck with it. Now, he's got a few neutral cards in his deck. Storyteller. Each player draws 2 cards and gains 2 life. I'll take it. Bone Collector, another card that really excels early. Initially as a collector, but as more creatures start dying around it, he can really, really ramp up in strength. Excuse me. I'm drinking coffee. So we're going to continue our plan here. We're going to build another forest right there. We're going to stick our Bone Collector 2, 4. Well, I'll tell you what. We can play it and the Tiki Caretaker. You know what? We'll wait, actually. Give a creature +2, +4. Well, you know, we'll do that with the Bone Collector. We'll do that for the Bone Collector. Because on his following turn, he can put that Prairie Yak in range of the Bone Collector, and I don't know what other kind of cards he has in his hand. And I don't want him to knock out my Bone Collector early or do significant damage to it. Okay. Therian Golem. Alright, we're going to play another forest right there. We will... We're going to knock this out with our Bone Collector. Bone Collector gets a bit more powerful because of it, which is nice. And we will play another Wood Elemental. Really, there's no reason not to. Put another forest right here. We'll start making our way up. Next turn, we can play the Therian Golem. Now, his Yak is going to be forced to attack my Wood Elemental because of the taunt. And that will keep my Bone Collector safe. We'll see what happens, see what he's playing here. Now, I'm in a very good position where I can double harvest Faeria, which is where you always want to be. He does sniff out what I'm trying to do, and he's trying to cut me off. That is why he has built land there. Give a creature +1/+1. Okay, not quite enough to kill. Farm boy. See that? He doesn't want me to Interesting. Okie dokie. Now we can use our Tiki Caretaker to ensure well, no, that thing's gonna nope, not with Elderwood Embrace. 5/5. Yeah, no, we'll do that. And knock you up. Wait. No. Kill the farm boy first. Bone Collector gets more power. Unfortunately, he's not going to benefit from me killing the Yak, which is a bit of a bummer, but that is quite alright. We will move the Bone Collector first there, and then kill the Yak. Harvest that Faeria. And bada bing, bada boom. Our taunt creatures are doing their job. Now, I think at this point, we're going to want to build a bit more land right here just to cut him off down the middle. I don't want any shenanigans coming from you, sir. I've also got 5 forests, which is about all that I need at base to summon some of my more heavier hitting creatures, which is always nice. Now, Bone Collector can really ramp up here, so what we're going to do is we're going to move him here, not attack. We will kill the bandit with our Wood Elemental. We will move our other Wood Elemental here, so he's in position to be to begin double gathering, which is what we want, and then we will kill off this person, make him into an 8/4, and then from there we will play our Golem right here, and we will build another forest. Actually, no, 2 prairies. Just gonna make a nice little loop there, just cut him off. I don't want him building too much land. I don't want him getting easy access to my character's orb, my hero's orb there. So we're moving right along here. So there's his taunt creature, which was a little bit of a mistake to play there. We're going to move up here, gather that Faeria, and we will use our... We'll kill him with the Wood Element. Died adjacent to the Bone Collector. The Bone Collector continues to collect power, really ramping up in strength. We are moving up into the board now. Tiki Piper can really help make our Therian Golem much more powerful, but there's no reason to do that right now. We're going to build a forest right here. I see what you're doing with that Prairie Yak. We're going to head you off at the pass. We're going to put another Golem. Well, you know what? It's not even really necessary to do that just yet, is it? No, not at all. We'll put another Golem right here. Keep the pressure on. Any other moves that I can make? There are not. Nope. So we'll end the turn here. Once again, mid-range green really shining here in the earlier ranks. Just really helping to overwhelm people. Imperial Guard, Taunt. Death Touch, Queen's Assassin. Okay. So whoever decides to fight the Queen's Assassin is unfortunately going to get killed. I'll tell you what. Why don't we move him down here, double collect again. We'll draw a card. Maybe try to get something that can deal with that. Unfortunately, we will not. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, I have to attack the taunt. Ooh, well played. Kill the taunt with a Bone Collector. This will still work out here. Move him up 1 and attack. Damn, that's a little bit of a blow. Alright, that's unfortunate. I hate losing a golem, but gotta get rid of it. Bone Collector does benefit there. The plan initially, if that taunt wasn't there, I was going to move him up 1 attack, move the Bone Collector there, and then make that trade, because the Bone Collector would have benefited from both of those creatures dying. But unfortunately, that taunt creature kind of screwed the pooch on that one. So we're going to play Verduin Force right here. What's going on, baby girl? And we will continue. He's in a position at this point where he has to defend against me. He can't really make a push. And that is what I want. Running out of steam at this point. So we will get some more Faeria, because why not? Well, let's see if I actually need it. We will play Tiki Caretaker right here. To our Golem, make him a 7/12. And we'll bop this. And we'll move him here and bop that. 13/4. And we will play the Tiki Piper because I want to give him a bit more longevity there. And we will attack. And that is GG next turn, and we'll just give ourselves some Faeria because why not? There's no reason not to at this point. This is mid-range green. This is the strength of mid-range green right here. Well, he did get a shot off on me. That's nice. As you can see, green forest decks have immense sustain at the best of times. And did he just power me up? He did use a campfire on me. Well played. I'm gonna kill you because I've had the Bone Collector since turn 1. I want to kill him with the Bone Collector. Goodbye. All right, everybody. That was mid-range green. I'm definitely going to be using more of that. Daily quest completed. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And there you have it. You know, I'm still... Oh, that was all casual mode. I wasn't even in ranked. I am so stupid. Oh, well. What can you do? I only just noticed that. That was mid-range green. My name is Kevin Ryan. Thank you very much for watching. You will see more Faeria on the channel going forward for a time. I don't know for how long, but, you know, we'll see what's going on. See you later.